Hello everybody, Blueberry Piper here, and we are playing some Subrato Pets today. Still playing on the test patch, and we are playing our own custom deck once again. So yeah, this is mainly a buy and sell deck, but for late game we kind of have a White Tiger, and we kind of have a Lioness to help us out. But in the early game, our plan is always just to find some strawberry units maybe, or some moth, just, you know, basically try and find good tempo units to carry us in the early game. Until we get to around turn 5 or turn 7, where we'll be looking to pick up a dog or a buffalo, or, you know, a shrimp or starfish. That would also work well. Although recently I've been trying... Oh, that's a really bad matchup though. Damn. That just looked like a standard team, and it totally countered my team. I think it actually killed all of my mobs. That's crazy. That's so unlucky. But anyway, this is fine. We're gonna feed a shrimp to our moth because it only has 1 health. Make sure to feed it before I combine. I didn't want to feed 2 though because I feel like I already have enough attack. And I've been playing a lot of these games trying to get a food build to work, and that often involves buying shrimp. Like buying 2 units of the same type, so like 2 moths for example, and then feeding one of the moths a lot of shrimp and feeding the other one a lot of broccoli. The plan is of course that shrimp gives you a lot of attack but decreases your health, and broccoli, you know, there's the opposite. It gives you a lot of health but decreases your attack. So when you split the penalties, I guess, I don't know what to call it, when you split up the decreases in stats across multiple units, when you combine them, then you just take the best of both worlds, right? Because of how combination works. Okay, I'm sure you already know how the mechanic works. I've talked about it before in a previous video, I think. So yeah. Yeah, also, yeah, always great to look out for units that are already at 1 health or 1 attacks as targets for those type of buffs. But recently I've been trying to get that to work a lot, and I don't know, I feel like I spend way too much money on it. Because at the end of the day, you are still paying 3 gold per food eaten. So that, I feel like, is kind of not worth it. Even if you can get a big combination. Yeah, I feel like there are better sources of buffing. And also another thing that is quite good here, another good tip I guess for positioning, is that if you have a unit with 1 health, for example like our ox, you definitely want to put the ant right in front of it so that you guarantee that the ant lands on that unit. Because yeah, buffalo, it's basically guaranteed to attack twice anyway, so it also kind of makes up for the fact that it's really low on attack right now. So yeah, good stuff. And we find a dog on turn 5. Pretty average. Turn 5 I feel like is probably like the latest time you should buy a dog. But I feel like if your deck is made specifically to run dogs, then yeah, definitely doable. Definitely do it. Alright. And now we're just gonna pick up another moth here just for tempo. I think we're gonna sell that later. We're not really looking for a level 3 moth. So the plan now is to just buff up the ox. I feel like the ox will probably stay for quite a long time, if not forever, on this team. So yeah. Ooh, this is tough though. Dude, Anteater is so strong, actually. I've noticed also that I keep getting my ass beat by Anteaters in the mid game. I feel like that was an early one too, right? Like a turn 5 Anteater. It's like, I would say it might even be a better deer. It's hard to think about. It's hard to judge exactly, but yeah, I feel like it is a better deer. Like, whereas the deer does do a lot of like AoE damage sometimes, the Anteater is like guaranteed stats, right? Because each ant is a 2-1, but they also give 2-1 to the rest of your team. So yeah, it seems pretty strong. Although I feel like it doesn't scale that well. Of course, things are different if you have specific build for anteaters. For example, if you have vulture, would be really good. Turkey, of course. The Spinosaurus is another one. Is it Spinosaurus or Spinosaurus? I don't know. But yeah, the dinosaur that makes you, whenever a unit faints, it buffs your team. That's a really good unit. Really good synergy too for that. And now we're just cruising along, working our buy-sell strategy. Okay, this is huge. We hit all 4 units, all 4 like important units with our goldfish sell. Well, when you play buy-sell and you have a goldfish, you always want to get 4 units, right? So if you don't have a full team, then just roll, I guess. Then just roll, so you have 4 units. And after that, you should just treat them as pigs. So if you would buy a pig normally, then you should probably buy those units that cost 2 gold. I think that makes a lot of sense. And yeah, goldfish is just so good for this build. Buy, sell. Amazing. Now I'm freezing the grapes because I considered putting it on the ox. I feel like that's actually a pretty good strat, because whenever ox is in battle and someone ahead of it faints, then it gets a melon armor anyway. So usually like 80 to like 90% of the time, the melon armor on the ox initially doesn't do anything. Of course, this kind of changes in the later game where you might get hit by, let's say, a leopard, a strong leopard, something that could one-shot the ox, right? But in the mid game, there's nothing like that, so I think usually putting a grape on the ox is a good choice. But of course, the best unit to put the grape on is, drumroll, wait for it, it's the caterpillar, of course, but you knew that, I'm sure. Yeah, caterpillar doesn't take an item, right? So, of course, if you put a grape on it, then at the end of every turn, or like the beginning of every turn, you get the money, but at the same time, you didn't waste any slots. Yeah. And I guess other good units to put grapes on is just utility units that aren't meant for fighting, not meant for combat. So like a lioness in this situation would be pretty good, a pretty good target for grapes. I might do that, but probably not. Okay, we're just gonna run buy sells. Gonna start to buff up our dog now because it's become the strongest unit now, I think. We're gonna start buffing it. Level 2 dog. Also pretty good stuff. And for our late game plan, we're just gonna run lioness and hope it works out. Hope it scales our team enough. Alright, now I'm looking at the fact that I have 2 lioness, and that means that if I can pill a tapir, I might be able to get a 3rd one. So that's why I've frozen the tapir. And the rest of the freezes are pretty self-explanatory, I think. Okay, that's pretty lucky there, I think. That our ox managed to get a hit in on the doggo. Okay, combine me. And then we can combine this ox, see what we get. Something good, maybe? Ooh, a gorilla. And not just any gorilla. It's a gorilla that's been slightly buffed by our lioness already. So that's a good sign. Because the gorilla with its base stats is usually kind of bad, like 6/6. I mean, come on. At turn 11 or even turn 9, if you combine into a gorilla, most things can kill it in 1 hit, right? Most things. Most animals at that late stage in the game would kill it in 1 hit. But yeah. So having 15 health is a bit better. I kind of like that, so I decided to buy it. Another reason why I decided to buy it is because I noticed that I have a green pepper in the shop. Interesting. Yeah, I've actually never tried out this combo before, personally, but in theory it's good, right? Because green pepper makes it so that the gorilla gets hurt and goes down to 1 HP. Yeah, it's way better than a melon armor, for example, and there we go. We see it doing work. It's way better than a melon armor because a melon armor, sometimes if you take less than 20 damage, then you don't activate the hurt ability. Or if you take too much damage, you might just die in one hit. But the pepper, it basically guarantees you get hurt and you survive with 1 health. So yeah, I think it's a perfect item for gorilla. It doesn't get any better than this. And we're gonna put him at the front. Okay, no, we're not gonna put him at the front. Yeah. Yeah, our gorilla is giving us a little bit more tempo. Our dog is slowly scaling. And our Linus is providing some late game compensation? Is that the word? I don't know. Late game reassurances for us. Okay, a draw. We'll take that. We'll take that. Now just running the buy sell strat. We're gonna buy the mole. I feel like mole is actually decent. Mole is actually decent. Especially in the buy sell build, right? I used to underestimate it. I used to not put mole in my pack. I've changed my mind. Okay. Upgrade the gorilla a little bit. Having a level 2 gorilla would be pretty good too. Although I mean, the gorilla's not that good when upgraded, I think. It really just needs stats. It doesn't need more upgrades. And right now we see a white lion. I think white lion's one of those units that are really good in the late game. If you don't have stats, sometimes you can just use a white lion to carry you. And of course we see a leopard, so I'm also thinking about buying the leopard. But unfortunately the leopard has higher attack by default compared to the white tiger. So we can't really make the white tiger make the leopard level 3. Because the leopard's gonna attack first, then the white tiger activates. So it's kind of a waste of a white tiger. And we don't really see any good way to buff the white tiger either. So yeah, we're not gonna buy the cheetah here, unfortunately. Would have been fun though, if we got it to work. But yeah, this team really does not have any buffers. Like a giraffe in the mid game is the only buffer I think that it has. So yeah, like no penguins, no monkeys, no stuff like that. All our buffs, we earned them. We earned them by buying and selling. Alright, once again. Ooh. Look at that. Lucky for the gorilla being activated a couple of times. Thanks to the white tiger. So yeah, white tiger in front of gorilla is pretty good. But I feel like there's not that much difference between a level 2 and a level 3 gorilla. Mainly because, well, in the late game it's rare that you would survive 2 hits. Right? Level 1 to level 2 is a significant improvement, I would say, but level 2 to 3, it's like, don't really need it. Alright, and we see, ooh, level 2 white tiger, this is really good. And we saw an octopus, so we're gonna freeze that. Yeah, level 3 octopus definitely has a great ability, especially if we can find a pepper on it again. Nice, gorilla doing work once again. But yeah, only activated twice again, right? Makes sense. Okay. So now if we have a level 2 white tiger, what do we find? A lion. Hey, there we go. Now this is a combo. This is a wombo combo. Alright, we're gonna find the pepper too. Perfect. So yeah. So what's gonna happen is Octopus's ability now, I think it's like it attacks 2 units and does 9 damage to 2 units before it attacks. And then a tiger behind it is going to double that. And the pepper on it is going to double it once again. So, you know, it's quadrupled in total. A quadruple level 3 octopus effect is really nice. And the fact that we have a level 2 white tiger is going to make sure that both our octopus and our tiger are level 2. Damn, look at this. Look at this. Alright. The hits. Oh my god. Sheesh. Wait, is it 2 units or 3 units? I forget sometimes. They changed it recently too. Okay, and now I think we're just, you know, our team's not really gonna get any stronger. We gotta put the melon on the dog, that's about it. Maybe some buffing for the gorilla. Oh, speak of the devil. Thank you. Thank you. Yep, I feel like this is almost the perfect team. Like, of course, 50-50 would be better, but yeah, I mean, it's perfect in terms of what we can muster right now. There's not really a lot of improvement anymore. Unless you want to sell one of your units and buy a buffer or something like that. Keep a space for, you know, buying and selling, but yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. There we go. 10 wins. Let's go! Yeah, what a strong combo. I love it. I love it. I love this team. It's my favorite. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching. I've been Blueberry Piper. If you like the content, leaving a like and a subscribe would really help me out. Thank you and bye-bye. See ya.